Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Morning, Franco. Good morning, ITT. Franco, that's fine. If you need to take a nap, go take a nap. You got to take care of yourself first. I do appreciate you being here, but you do got to focus on your health. Good morning, ITT. Thank you very much for that. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you have a good migraine-free day. Here's hoping. So I hope everyone is doing great. And of course, I kept the coffee stir for you guys. There you go. Don Chano. Got a little bit of a pain in the butt today. We're going to be filming this, but the pain in the butt part is that I'm going to take the camera off the stand, put a tripod, and shoot this way so we can see the screen of the Unity scope. Stirry, yeah. It's 2 p.m. Yeah, it's 8 a.m. here. 8 in the morning. Oh, I charged my my duster yesterday. Watch your ear holes. Love this thing. If you ever get a chance to buy a battery duster, no regrets. Okay, so yeah. We also charged these microphones overnight. It's good. Look at me being responsible. That's good. Here's a good question. When do I need the dummy load? I want to make sure I get this right. Here we go. Let's ask some AIs. Let's ask Claude. I think I trust Claude the most. Hang on, I just need to authorize on my device. Yes, it's me, and it's this number. Continue. Okay. Okay, Sonnet 5 is the most we can have. I am testing function generator by splitting its output between a budget scope and a good quality scope. At what point do I need to use a 50 ohm terminator when using a function gen? There we go. Organization skills. Who's got organization skills? Not me. I'm just gonna flip you over here because my other Claude is doing work. It is indeed. So my paid Claude subscription has been doing lots of work for me. Something I'm working on for the long term, for my career and stuff. So not coding related. At some point you guys will find out. But yeah, because I will obviously be publishing it publicly. Okay, come on, I should have asked it for just a quick answer. It's really untangling that that question. I've always wondered when exactly is the right time, because I haven't really found any situation where it made a difference. Good morning, Lockwatcher. Sorry you're early. Nuh-uh. I was right on time. Let's go look at what's going on YouTube while we wait for AI. Oh, look, this is Civil Electronics Podcast. Oh, look. What did he say? Did he like it? I don't know. Still thinking. So how's it going, Locke? I haven't seen you in a little bit. I think yesterday we had someone in the chat with the same avatar as you, so Franco was confused because of the purple L. You don't think so? Well, better late than pregnant, that's what I say. Unless you're trying to be pregnant, that's a different story. Well, Claude is going to take its time. I did set the thinking to max, so that's probably my fault. Let me set up the tripod while we hang out here. Let's see. I guess we should open it pretty wide. Oh no, my little foot. A little foot fell off my tripod. This is an old tripod. My grandfather, who's passed away now, he gave me this when I was just out of high school, I think. Used to be from a, we used to have a photography store, a photography chain, I think, in Canada called Blacks. So that's where that's from. I don't know if that was in the States too, or in Europe. You guys will have to let me know. What is going on? There's like a tension. It's like a tension lever that's not working. Oh, I don't think you should have jumped in this bus randomly. El autobus. This poor camera's been doing lots of work for me. I'll be paying this camera back for the next like 6 years or whatever, 7 years. Never heard of them. I think Claude is having a conniption. I just said good things about Claude, and now it's not answering my question. There we go. Securely secured. Holy crap, this camera is heavy. I might need to buy a bigger tripod just because this camera weighs way too much. All right, let's set up the view, live view. See if I can get less of my monitor in there, but I still need to be able to reach it. Okay, turn this like this. You guys probably need to zoom out. Oh, you are already zoomed out. You guys won't be able to see too much, but it should be all right. It's going to be a little awkward to film because I'm going to have to walk around this thing. I really hope YouTube will notify you. Did not get a notification. Oh, yeah. Okay, I clicked the quick answer. All right. So you need a 50 ohm termination when your function generator's output impedance is set to, or actually is 50 ohms, and the impedance doesn't match it, which for this scope inputs means you're feeding a 50 ohm source into a 1 meg ohm scope without input termination. Most generators have a 50 ohm source impedance. You get a voltage doubling effect. Scope reads 2x the amplitude. Huh. Huh. Put a 50 ohm terminator on both scope inputs if both are 1 meg. Well, let's see the result. That cable pulling with the tracks was a good idea. That cable pulling with the tracks was a good idea. I'm not sure what you're talking about. All right, let's see what happens if we flip this on, flip this on. Oh my God, coffee is delicious. What's the horizontal? This one. Okay, what does this read? 10 kilohertz. Peak to peak, this is 1 volt peak to peak. DC. Full bandwidth, volts per division probe. 1x, that's good. Okay. Okay, so what does this one read? 1 volt peak to peak. That's also 1 volt peak to peak. And if we go to the, to the function gen, 1 volt peak to peak. Okay, we don't need any termination resistors. Okay, let's see. Can we see the function gen properly? Yeah, we can. I want to zoom it in a touch. Come on. Okay, so let's go back to here. Take my coffee cup out of the shot. Shots, shots, shots. Because the way I'm standing, guys, it'll be a little bit hard for me to read chat. You're back to where you want to go. That's good. Oh, he posted, oh, he posted a video. Nice, nice. He's more of a YouTuber than me. I haven't posted a video in a while. Okay, mics. Give me the microphone first so I can burst like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, man, you know you're in trouble. Old school Snoop Dogg for anybody? And then my little mic muff. Trying not to make my mic too much noise. There we go. All right, let's give this a try. Got the function gen hooked up on the Finersi, and I'm feeding it back to the Finersi and to this Unity UPO 1204. And let's take a look. So to get to the function gen, it's just pressing this button, pretty simple. Then you got frequency, amplitude, duty cycle. So right now we've got a 10 kilohertz square wave, 1 volt peak to peak, and duty cycle 50%. And so we can head back to here and we can take a look at how the scope works. Now I'm trying not to push the screen too hard because I don't want to knock it over. It doesn't have the little legs on the back. So as you can see, it looks okay here. It looks all right. Little bit of wibbly wobbliness there. But if you look on the Unity, this looks absolutely horrible. Look at that ringing. This is at 1 kilohertz. This isn't what I expect, and look how dirty it is up here. So if you have, you know, something that isn't like a Schmitt trigger, you might be getting some reverberations. And it gets much worse if we go up to the max frequency. So I just hit 999 and then megahertz. So 2 megahertz is the most for the square wave. And then here we go on this. You can tell, look how rounded the edges are. But look at this double here. See that doubling? So it's not a very stable square wave, and if we check on the Unity, look at that. That looks horrible. This is not really capable of a 2 megahertz square wave. I wouldn't use it. If you're expecting to use anywhere, you know, in the megahertz range, probably this is not going to do it for you. So let's actually crank this thing to the max. Then we can do a sine wave, and we can do the frequency. I think it's 10 megahertz. Yeah, there's 10 megahertz. And we go back and look at how nasty this is. Look at that. It's not even like displaying it properly. And if we go over here to the Unity, you see that that phosphor scope trace. Look at how bad. This is not useful at all. Let's bring this back down to 1 megahertz. Even 1 megahertz, very sketchy here. And looks kind of okay here, so that's because the sample rate of this is not nearly as high as this one. So now let's change it to something reasonable. Let's say like a 10 kilohertz. So 10K should be easily doable. Looks good on this one. Still very, very sort of bouncy on this one here. This is just 1 volt peak to peak, so not that impressed with the function gen. This tool is shaping up to be really like a great tool if it's all you have, but I think for the price I would have expected a little bit more out of it. We can go over the other functions as well. So we can do like a noisy signal, and you can see that over here. Very noisy. Half wave. There we go. Our triggering is not quite picking it up. There we go. A full wave, a ramp, a positive stare, a negative stare, and we just got a DC level as well. So it's got a lot of features. It's just not a very stable function gen. It'll work for a lot of hobby things, but once you get into more complex devices, you're going to need something a little bit better than this. There we go. Sorry you guys couldn't see that. Visiting the S3. What's the S3? You only have jeans and t-shirts to choose from? So as my whole life as a mechanic, essentially, I've had like work uniforms. And since I've been working in an office for the last 2 months, and going to be working in an office next month, had to go buy some fancy dress shirts and dress pants. It'll be a very different experience for me, I'll tell you that. All right, so I think we're done with all the features. So now let's just try and do a software update, essentially. So let's turn this off. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna film this? I'm gonna have to pick up a piece to camera. Short skirt and short t-shirts. There we go. I don't know what the S3 is. Okay, so camera can come off of this. Put that over there. Like is an ancient Samsung Galaxy S3. Local train in Germany. Ah. Do you live in Germany or are you visiting Germany? My grandfather, who is not directly related to me, was my grandma's partner, but after I was born, essentially. Or wait, just before I was born. Anyways, he is from Frankfurt. And I've got friends in Germany. BitLooney is in Germany. So you're visiting. Very nice. Are you on vacation or is it like a business trip? Put this back on the camera before I lose it. Not mentally lose it, like actually physically lose it. All right, in you go, back into the holder. It's neither technically. Well, now I'm more interested. Oops, sorry folks. Didn't mean to knock you. Okay, so we can unplug the function gen. Put away the BNC cables. This guy, Should be a terminating resistor somewhere. Put it there until I can find it. So essentially the deal is, on this thing, you go to menu, USB sharing, and then on. Maybe I should have done it with it plugged in, because sorry, I'm just debating now setting the camera back up on the tripod so I can show the process, plugging it into the USB. Frickin' AliExpress is spamming me, telling me there's new like affiliate program stuff. It's like, dude, chill. It's like 12 emails in the last couple hours. Just checking on my Claude progress. Oh yeah. I'm pretty excited about this project that I just have Claude working on in the background. I've used 100% of my weekly Claude subscription allowance last week. This week I won't be able to do this project that much, but I will do it from time to time. Like right now, since I know the next 5 hours or so I'm going to be streaming and then stopping to eat. So I know I won't be using my Claude to do work stuff. So I'm having it churn away. Pretty excited to announce it to you guys. Probably just to you guys though, for the when it's ready, and then to the general public much later. Let's see. So I can't connect a USB cable. Also, my long cable. Trying to figure out here. Let me see if this USB cable works. Morning, Curtis. Are you on summer vacation or are you working? Just curious. Oh, it says, okay, charge only. This cable is a crap one. It's charge only. That means I need to go upstairs and get my data cable. Oh wait, I have. Hang on, I bought some cables. Ta-da, some Ugreen stuff. I think they might be C to C. But we'll find out. By the way, if you guys don't have high quality cables in your life, what are you waiting for? You're working. Ah. What did you just miss? I don't think you missed anything. What's going on? It's my own stream and I have no idea what's going on. Fantastique. We're going to try to do a software update to this. I also don't think the battery life is that great. Okay, clearly C to C. No wattage written on it. 100 watt 2-pack. How long are they? Probably 6 feet, 2 meters. Dang it, my my garbage bag is gone because it was full. There we go. All right, and then here's another one. Oh, this one came with some cable management. C2C again, but this is a fancy, I don't know if you can see that, 240 watts. Okay, well, that was a bust. These are nice USB cables, but it's not what I need right now. There's a booklet. There's an instruction manual. What's this? Recyclable. Okay, great. Thank you. I didn't know I needed an instruction booklet with my USB-C cables. That moment where I really needed A to C, but instead I have not A to C. Cable management is important. Yeah, whatever. Management is always thinking they're better than everyone. Pretty wild that these things are so heavy duty. Into the box they go. Oh, is this a... Maybe this has a data functionality. What the hell? It's a bag with like 3 of them. I thought it was just one long one. Dang damn it, guys. What is going on? All right. I think I have a long USB-C cable. Oh, what's this? Is this a long USB-C cable? Am I the only one here who has like troubles finding cables when I'm looking for them? Strangling trip hazards. Yep. All right, so let's plug this cable in. Oh. Hey, it worked. Nice. Okay. Shut down this thing. They both have slightly annoying fans. Unlike me, you guys aren't annoying. I don't know if I have fans. Would you guys consider yourselves fans? Is that the proper naming of our relationship here? Are you guys my fans? Does that work? Always use the second cable. First one's always bad. Yeah. Are we fans? You can only find cables when you're not looking for them. True. Okay. So, can I read this like this? Groupies, nerdies. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are. You guys tell me. Okay. There are no instructions on how to do... Finercy doesn't have any instructions on how to do the software update, so I'll tell you here. You plug the USB-C to A cable into your computer, and then you're going to go Menu, USB Sharing, On. That's going to open up a window, like a thumb drive, and then you take the file downloaded from their website, and you drag it onto here, and then you turn off the system, turn it back on, and it'll perform the update. So let's go to Finercy's website. Oh, there. This one. Download this guy. That's a slow transferring file. What is USB 0.5? And there we go. And like this. It's supposed to update itself. Maybe it goes into upgrade file. There we go. And there we go. So that's done. Let's see what's changed. Let's see if the function gen worked. Hello here. Let's see. Nerdies, stalkers, nerdies. Not a stalker. Large amounts of disposable income. Yeah. Just a viewer. Stalk anyone, but stalker money would be nice. If Dan keeps up with his new job, he will have stalker money. Yeah. Yeah. If I impress them, it'll be freaking awesome. The thing is, if I become well off, I will just love to support people on Patreon, for example. So the website doesn't say what the updates actually do, but I just turned it back on, and here we have a 10 kilohertz negative stare, and already you can see the crazy amount of ringing there. So I don't think this has fixed much in terms of the stability of the signals. Nope. Nope, not really. Did it do something to the square wave? Nope. So it's catching the ringing upon itself. So that is not really something that it's fixed. And let's move the trigger. How do I just slide the trigger up? Oh, this is a good question. How do I move the trigger up? So that is like vertical set. Trigger. Huh. You know, I always hit the auto. How do I set the trigger to come up here? That's just zooming in and out. There's no... Is it here? Ah, it's the big knob. Whoopsies. So yeah, as you can see, very spiky waves, and in fact the trigger is grabbing on those waves. So yeah, not quite fixed anything there. Let's see if the DMM fixed anything. So the software update definitely didn't make these leads any better. They are really not great. Okay, DMM in auto mode. Okay, so it knew that was continuity. Still not sensitive enough. So that's not great. Resistance mode. Is there a relative? There's not even a relative feature to zero out the leads. This is not great. One thing I can do though to give it as much leniency as possible is put on a set of reasonable test leads. These are my Probe Masters, and see if it works any better with the continuity sensitivity. So here we go. So these are obviously gold plated. It's way better. It's not perfect, but it is better with these leads. So essentially, you should take the leads that it shipped with and throw them in the garbage and buy a set of like $6 leads from AliExpress. All right, let's see. Figure a real stalker, stalks someone's for years, needs extra cash for sure. What did Curtis do? Not sure, but using this machine is very triggering. Yeah. Hello here message. It sent as a strange symbol. And you hover the mouse over it. Change to say hello ITT. Weird. That is very odd. So then, what are my final thoughts about this? I don't think any of the features are particularly bad. I think it's packed with a lot of features, which is good. But I do think that there is a very serious lack of attention to detail. The other thing is, this battery runs out fairly quick. I've been having to put it on charge between all of my testing. And so I do like the fact that it's battery. You can use this in a mobile situation. Like you can have a sort of an away kit. And this and a TS101 soldering iron and a USB battery pack could make a very nice on-the-go testing kit. But for you using at your bench, where you have access to AC power, I think there are better things out there for the 200 and whatever Canadian dollars they're charging for this thing. If this thing drops below 100 US dollars, so about 140 Canadian dollars, I think it would be very hard to beat getting your function gen, a 2-channel scope, and a DMM all in one. But I think this is one of those cases where a jack of all trades is a master of none, and I really wish they would have focused their efforts on making either a very good benchtop DMM or a very good benchtop oscilloscope. I love the form factor, the screen is nice, but I just think it needs a little bit of polish in order to take its place at my bench full time. If you want one though, because it's right for you, check out the links in the description. It'll be linked down there. Other than that, let me know what you think about this thing. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Ugh. Too many compromises, yeah. Yes, throw away the cheap Chinese leads and get some cheap in cost but not cheap in value Chinese leads. Honestly, spending $6 on AliExpress will get you way closer to something usable. 100%. Because if you look at, here's my bin of test leads. So these Mechanic RP4s are extremely cheap. They work well. Here is a set of Mi Jing. Again, none of these are over like $5. So again, replaceable tips, super soft silicone leads. There's going to be a video where I compare all of them, essentially. These XZZ P2s. It's funny because when you say P2 in French, it's sort of like a slang term for dog. So yeah, these with the nice foam inserts, super soft silicone, and replaceable tips. You've got these, which are not branded, but again, silicone wire. And these are also unbranded. I could probably find them again. Soft silicone wire. So I'm just going to make a video at some point comparing all of the leads. We're going to check their effective resistances, everything. You don't think anything good? I think there's lots good with it, just not good enough to justify the cost. I think that's the issue. I think it's good, it's not good value. I think for the price it's too much, and this thing will so not get used that the battery's going to die. Yeah, and battery's, you know, like half dead already. So it's a shame. I like the idea. I don't think it's particularly well executed. I think that's the deal. And like, why are you sending me this stuff? Like, I can't believe that, especially like on a device that is so like narrow. Like I can almost knock this thing over just by using the leads. Like, it's close, maybe with both. It's close, it's rocking. You know, like if they were like intertwined a little bit. Almost. You can almost get it to fall backwards. Like, I think there's no excuse for this. There is nothing that is under over $100 that should come with these cheap ass leads. My opinion. They're very crap. Ugh. I mean okay, but the value is variable. Because this is 200 and some Canadian dollars now, but they could always sell it for $100 on sale. You don't know. At $100, this thing is hard to beat. Like if you think a student needing a scope, a function gen, and a multimeter, They could buy this for $100, throw these out, and then buy a good set of leads for like $6. $106 for this thing with a good set of leads is impossible to beat. What's better? Nothing. Nothing. So that's the thing, right? Value is variable. There's no such thing as a bad tool. Actually, there is a such thing as a bad tool. It's a tool you can't trust, right? But this one is not that. But there is such a thing as a bad price or whatever. So if they sold this for $100 US, this thing would be an impossible to beat value. Impossible. Oops, knocked something off. Maybe it's with the radio. Yeah, it's like the stop and eject or whatever. I don't mind the buttons, but you have to, like, you can't press them. Can't press them this way. You have to really go flat on top. I don't mind that. It's a bit weird. I will probably use it to like display waveforms laying flat on the bench, but then the USB port being here kind of makes that difficult. I would like to replace this whole back, right, with a different back, put a big fan spinning very slowly to cool everything down, and have the USB come out on the side here, and then take out the battery. Casio had carried on making profitable TVs, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Also, I think today some of my AliExpress orders will be coming in. Let me check. If I go tracking, view all. The biggest thing I'm waiting for are some headphones. Okay, it looks like clearance, my stuff has cleared customs, so maybe not today. So anyways, I bought some new headphones. And uh-oh. One of my things is being inspected at customs more thoroughly, and it may or may not be the counterfeit stickers for the watch. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. So yeah, they may not, hey, Johnny B. I'm assuming that's Johnny Bergdahl? Is that Johnny Bergdahl? Joined 3 years ago. Pull the trigger today and buy the color kit for your Centauri Carbon. Oh man, oh. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let's see how much. Let's see how much. There's Centauri Carbon. Hey, screw off. 3D printers, Centauri Carbon. Uh-oh, are they not selling the one anymore? It's your gaming channel. Okay, jeez, scared me. How's it going, JB? Um, okay, Centauri is still being sold. They're a bit buried. Okay. How do you buy this one? Canvas? Do you need to do a software update in order to use this? Is this it, really? Just that? It comes with the kit. What kit? So, how does this work? There's a new cooling fan. This looks like a poop chute attachment. You'll record the upgrade? Excellent. A software update comes with the upgrade kit. Okay, I understand. Is this a new hot end too? It's a new circuit board. So you gotta rebuild your hot end. That's interesting. I would be too nervous that this would somehow make the regular printing functionality not as good. I feel like I would just get a Centauri Carbon 2. Oh my god, look, the price. The one is $449. The 2 is the $459. It's so cheap. It all looks very complicated. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'd be afraid that it would affect the regular printing. Because right now, the Centauri Carbon is such a great deal. This for $619 is not bad either. But I would wait for it to go on sale. Honestly, so happy with the Centauri Carbon. So my coworker at the place I just quit, he asked if I had a 3D printer for sale. And I said, yes, but if you're expecting Bambu Labs quality, you're not gonna get it. It's my Tronxy, right? And he's like, can I upgrade the Tronxy to have the same printing quality as the Elegoo? I said, yes, but it's gonna cost you more than just buying the Elegoo. So like, I'm my own worst enemy. I can't sell my Tronxy. I think what will happen eventually is I'm just gonna cave and I'm gonna break it down for parts. Because what's the point of a giant 3D printer that prints barely bigger than the Centauri, but prints worse? Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen, Curtis. I'm not going to convert it per se, but the parts will be turned into a CNC because it's honestly, I don't think it's worth like fixing it at this point. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Is I have a X5SA. So I have this. I have the older version of this. So I bought it. I think I paid $100 or something like that used on our local marketplace here. But like, it's absolutely gigantic. And I paid less. I paid less for this than the aluminum extrusions are worth. And it comes with a 24-volt power supply, the touchscreen, all this stuff. The guy customized it some. It doesn't work that great. The frame is not square, so I'd have to rebuild it, like take it apart and rebuild it, and install reinforcements and all sorts of crap. I don't think it's worth it. I don't feel like it's worth it. So it's likely going to turn into a laser or a CNC, like a mill or something, because there's so much aluminum in this. You can take these are like the double wide. I don't know if it shows, if you look at it from the side. See, it's like the 40 millimeter wide section. So it's a big boy. It's got a lot of aluminum on it. It's got good parts, right? But again, every time that I start a project, this is going to be like a couple $100 of parts I'm going to have to buy for it. For a cutting laser, sort of. You're not far off. It's a fixed gantry, but again, it's not square, so I have to take it apart and rebuild it. Anyways, and you lose all this height, right? All this height is useless for a laser. How's it going, Damascus? By the way, Curtis, a laser engraving company reached out to me, and they want to send me an open laser, like a laser engraver with no like enclosure or anything. I told them no thanks. Do you want me to send them to you? I think it's just a little too dangerous for eyeballs, and I'm not willing to build an enclosure for a free review. So do you want me to give them your name? I think it's a little sketchy. You can take a look at it. Okay. When they reply to me, I will let them know to reach out to you. Keep one eye closed. Yeah. So I think the worst part about those open lasers is that I can't trust that the glasses they sent are gonna work. I'm not naming the company, by the way. I'm just gonna pick a random one like this. They're all very similar, but they send you laser glasses, but like it's scary. You got a blind spot in your right eye, pretty sure is your open laser. Yeah, there you go. I just, at this point in my life, there are such good enclosed lasers that why take the risk? Like even this, like look. They, the company that reached out, they sell enclosures, but they say quote unquote they don't offer this laser with an enclosure. So I don't know if it's not compatible. So I was like, well, I'm not interested. I know you can cut like a cardboard box and that'll be perfectly fine. I don't want to. I want something turnkey that you know, that I could safely give to like my mom to use or whatever. In that case, that's fine. But not, I'm not gonna, I don't want an open laser with no enclosure. So, yeah. Hackaday wants someone trying to use a laser to burn off parking lot paint. Ooh, road paint. Okay, so for those listening, road paint has reflectors in it. Don't shine a laser to them. There are ways to do it safely. Obviously, you can wear the proper goggles, but you have to be aware of what the proper goggles are. Look at this BS. Look at this BS. This will not engrave color. This will not engrave color. And on top of that, this is not engraved. This is not engraved. This is a vinyl. This could be engraved, but again, look how it's on an irregular surface. It's not going to do it. This too. BS marketing. This is laser cut. This won't cut that thick. And the paint was reflective or once I got eye damage. Yep. It cut brake lines? Oh, I don't know about that. That would be freaking, need a powerful laser to do that. Brake lines are steel. Doing some laser experiments, got some glasses, cut down laser light. Couldn't see the laser at all, no idea where you're aiming it. Yeah, that's another problem. So, that being said, I wouldn't accept a laser product without laser glasses and an enclosure. So even if it blows through the enclosure, you know, I think you were wrong about the color. This is showing, yeah, Let's go look at their, yeah, they definitely didn't do that. What bad Photoshop? I don't think so, bud. I really do want a laser cutter. I have a cheap engraver. Wow, this is not... Is this AI? That would be a long-ass frickin' flag. It's gotta be AI, right? Yeah, it doesn't look that great. Magic laser. Okay, I think we are done this video. What else is left? I think that's good. Pardon me. I have to take a thumbnail. I will take a thumbnail later. This thing needs to be charged constantly. You know what? I want to know what kind of current it pulls. Let's do this. Have your Milo. Oh my God, I want a Milo so bad. You know what? If my new job works out, I might treat myself to a Milo mill. I have to make some space in the workshop here. But I think think I will treat myself to a Milo Mill. God, I want a Milo Mill. I interviewed the guy from Millennium Machines on my podcast. He said he would reach out to LDO to see if they could sponsor a kit. But like I knew, like with my kind of views, I probably wasn't going to get one, which is totally fine. So I don't know if he reached out, and I don't know if LDO said no, whatever. Point is, I don't have a Milo. But I would love a Milo. I thought about pricing one out myself. It's just so... Everything got so expensive. This sounded a little electric screwdriver. This one. I do love an electric driver. I have to be careful because since I've gotten like the job offer at the new job, I've been mentally spending money I don't have yet. Yeah, that's the WoW stick, correct. WoW stick. So I just gotta like tamper a little bit. Okie dokie. So how do we do this? So we can disconnect this and go in series with it. We probably have some connectors we could use. Or we can just use the power supply to supply the, to just replace this completely. And then we're going to see the draw. You're going to replace the battery when it gets fat? Yeah, they didn't make it easy. It's like really stuck down there. I would rather rip out the battery or have an external battery, to be honest. Okay, so let's unplug this. Should be able to, well, we can cut one of these wires. Don't know if I have these exact connectors in my collection. Because ideally, I would just plug this like directly into the power supply. Let's see. What kind of connectors do I have? Again, I have like a workshop full of stuff, but I don't have everything I need. We have this guy. It doesn't need to latch in there, it just needs to have the right pin pitch. Old cell phone battery with lots of power in it, 3 times as thick as it used to be. Yeah. Be careful, the angry pixies. This way. I think this is the right connector. Yeah, we do have the right connector. All right, let's crimp ourselves up. A connector. This is the female end. Let's see, snips. This is going to be a long-ass video. You know, I'm doing all this effort and nobody's going to watch it. It's going to have, I predict it's going to have like 300 views. This is my life. My life be like, ooh, anybody my age? Don't forget to accidentally switch. Yeah, I have everything I don't need. Yeah, the angry pixies. You know what, Curtis? I think we might have to reschedule our super secret project for next year. I don't know if I'll be able to handle the anxiety of the new job and deal with the communications portion of the project we are planning. I know you know what I'm talking about, so I'm not being very specific, not to ruin the surprise for others. But yeah, we may have to reschedule it. If you think it's still doable, let me know. I think the same thing. You've had a lot of distractions too, yeah. We can blame me though, I'm okay. I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. I don't know if this wire is too thin. This is a 24 gauge. Let's try it anyways. Let's cut a good length here. There we go. And I need black. I would rather do it next year, but do it right. You know what I mean? Like have a good advance on it. Does that make sense? Unless, you know what, Curtis? Let's discuss it, because I think there is a way to do it. But I think it would be just us, not the external stuff. Just blame the French. I speak French. Curtis, do you speak French? You're Canadian. And I think we're the only fellow Canadians in here right now. So I don't think Gerald's here. Speak some French, but it's incredibly rusty and unused. I don't know what loyalist country means. I've heard it before. I don't know what that means. Can you explain? Does that mean like loyal to the British? To the British? I live in Ottawa, so for the most part, if you didn't learn French, it was pretty much your fault. You've had, like, if you grew up in Ottawa, you've had all the opportunity in the world to learn French. And so if you didn't seize that opportunity, it's kind of up to you. If that makes any sense. Oh boy, this is finicky putting these boxes back because they sort of balance on the edge. Like so. And like so. Canadians don't speak French. They just make sounds and call it French. Actual French don't understand them. No, we do speak French. It's just not France French. And it's been said that it's Quebecers that Quebec French that people from France don't understand. All the British moved to when the U.S. went independent. Okay, gotcha. Mobile, Alabama. Place was once French, but no one here speaks it. Alabama. Do you have a... are you from the South, or do you just live in the South? Like, do you have a heavy Southern accent, Southern drawl? All right, let's see. Probably 1.6. Let's try 1.9. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. I'm gonna get copyright stricken for doing my perfect rendition of Skynyrd. It's a bit too long. You know, I bought so many snips, but I can't find any when I need them. Made some co-op stream with an Irish guy. Can only understand 20% of what he's saying. Claims he speaks English, though. From the South, never picked up the accent. Moved around a lot. Gotcha. Shouldn't twist the wires before you crimp them, according to BC. Well, you can go tell birth control that this comes from experience. Experience is you don't want the little hairs going outside the crimp. And yes, I know you're talking about Big Clive. No twist for JST. Yeah. That's fine. I want... I just didn't want the little fuzzies going off and doing their own thing. I think this ended up pretty nice. There we go. It's crimped down properly. Properly. You weren't invited in my secret project? No, nobody was. It was just Curtis and I. And the only reason is because there are some geographic realities that made us good partners. And it was a trial. It was something we have an idea to do. We have a shared appreciation for this, so no. And anyways, you guys are fans or stalkers, or whatever you want to call yourselves. I don't want you guys to work because you will be getting no benefit from it. So I don't want you to do work for me. That's essentially it. You will be benefiting in no way, so you shouldn't be working in any way. You should be here to be entertained. Content creators, we're a little bit different. Anything we do has an indirect benefit. So Curtis and I, we're going to get some indirect benefit. It's not a club. It's not a club. And I'm being very upfront with you guys. It wasn't, if you really want to help, we might need beta testers. True, I did forget about that part. I did forget about that part. But keep in mind, you're going to be spending money. You're going to have to spend roughly $30 US to be a beta tester. Very roughly. Yes, you are a content creator as well. But you don't really make content, right? That's what you were saying, like you don't really make YouTube videos? Get in there. All right. So let's go VSET 4.2 volts. That's a fully charged lithium battery. iSet 2 amps, not to fry anything. iSet 2, there we go. Do you need to produce new content? Yes. Yes, because if you want to work in exchange for exposure, you need something to expose your audience to, no? To be honest, though, Curtis and I are probably not going to gain anything from this. So take that for what you will. All right, so plug this in. You guys going to see if there's magic smoke or not. There we go, 4.2 volts. So it's a fully charged. Let's see if we can close the clamshell a little bit. Oh. And let's see if it does or doesn't blow up. So on boot up, it's 5 watts. So there it is, 5 watts. We turn on the second channel. It's like 5.2 watts. And let's see, if we turn off the SigGen, it's 5 watts. So it's like between 5 and 5.2 watts. And the battery happens to be 18.5 watt hours. So you've only got 18, you got 3 hours of battery life. Yeah, so that's what I mean, ITT. We don't want you guys to work for free. So that's why you're not gonna work. It's that simple. Like Curtis and I already know we're gonna sacrifice like 60 hours to the project and probably close to $100 a pop. So that's why we don't ask. And again, it's unfair for our fans or whatever, stalkers, whatever you want to call yourselves. So yeah, we thought of all this. That's why we don't want to ask people to do work on projects that they will not get any return on. And it's totally fair. Okay, so let's put this away. The other thing, ITT, is likely you would be able to participate without paying anything, but you would be participating the same way the audience will be participating. You'd be participating as an audience member. But for the beta testing, there's some costs involved, and the way that things work is that it's cheaper for you to buy the thing right from the supplier we choose and get it delivered to your house than for us to ship it to you. Like the shipping is going to be more expensive than the item itself. Couldn't help myself but to try to figure out the current draw on this. So I replaced the battery with this power supply, 4.2 volts, fully charged lithium-ion battery. And then this is on. So when it sleeps, it uses nothing. There could be some milliamp draw in there. Can't be sure about that. This device doesn't go any lower than this. But let's press and hold the power, turn it on. And during boot up, it's about 4 watts. And then when it's on, it's about 5 watts. And flipping on and off, the function gen doesn't seem to change too much. So that's good. Let's go back. Maybe going as fast as possible. We got 5.1 watts. So yeah, it's about 5 watts. And if we open this up, you know, the battery being 18.5 watt hours, you've got just over 3 hours of use with a fully charged battery. So again, decent for when you're on the go, but when you're doing stuff on your workbench, that is going to be a pretty hard limit for you. So you have to have the USB plugged quite often, or, you know, just do stuff in little stints. There we go. Have your aunt and connect her printer to USB. All right, have fun. Enjoy. I hate this fan. It'd be a lot nicer if it was off. But it is what it is. Or if you could put two of them in series to half the speed, that'd be fantastic. I almost feel like these companies I should just consult for. Like if they paid me like $500, I would have told them how to make it a nice product. You know, pay me $500, I'll spend like 4 or 5 hours working on it, writing up a report on what I think should be changed. Then you get a nice polished product. You can charge a little bit more for your nice polished product and be happy. Did I say fantastic in the video? Or did I say fantastic when I stopped recording and fantastic because we're done? Because that's what I meant. Get out. There we go. Now we have our little battery eliminator. There we go. Not in the video. Good. Yeah, because this thing is not fantastic. Don't want anybody to think that. It's good, though. I'll say it's good, and you need to wait for a sale. That's my thought. If someone got you this as a gift, like if you're a high schooler, let me put it into context. If you're a high schooler and someone bought you this as a gift because you want to do electronics, I think that's perfectly cromulent. Your first quality sort of multimeter scope, all these things. Function gen. I think it's nice for that. I don't think it's nice as your serious grown-up only oscilloscope. Fantastic, yep. There we go. We're done, and I think I went over the, over and above. So let's see, 18.5 watt hours. Let's see here. Let's see. So So 18.5 divided by 5 equals 3 point, you got like roughly 3.7 hours. You're going to do a little bit less than that, I think. Okay, how long does this say that it lasts? Does it say? That's a really nice AI whatever. I've never seen an automotive battery post look like that. Okay, enduring power. See, it doesn't say how long you've got. Yep, doesn't say how long it lasts on battery. It says 150 bucks. What's it in Canadian? 250 Canadian. Let's put it to USD. Yeah, 180. It's a little dear. It's a little dear. If you get 31 US dollars off, so that brings it to like 150. It's close. I'll say it's close. 180 minus 31. 149. It's very close. No, I don't ask way too much from this manufacturer. I think I ask very reasonable amounts. At 149 USD, that is close. But it just needs to be a little bit cheaper. It's close. I think it needs to be a little bit better. It said AC-DC, which is a lie. It's DC only via battery or USB, has no AC input. Yeah, I know, but I think that's splitting hairs because they mean you can plug it into an AC plug, you know, with a 5-volt charger, essentially. But again, this is really... It's really a mobile kit. It's really an on-the-go kit. It's truly what it is. Like, in automotive, this thing would be great. Okie dokie. Well, we're gonna do the video. You can be pedantic, yeah, of course. I don't expect any different from the internet. It's mobile with no autonomy. What do you mean with no autonomy? What do you mean by that? Because it has a battery. It lasts 3 hours on the road. Okay, so we are done. Do we... Oh my god. Stop spamming me, AliExpress. Oh yeah, I need to check my other phone for emails. Okay, I have a tracking number. What are they sending? Oh, yeah. Hang on, I'm just checking my email here. So I've got a product coming in the mail. Oh yes, my fake Seiko stickers have just passed. Have just made it through customs. That's good. Tracking number. Okay, so the device that they are sending me okay, it just landed in Canada today. So, yeah, interesting product to take a look at. I don't know if it's publicly available yet. So I don't know if I'll be able to show you the link, but we're going to see it this week for sure. This week, definitely, we will be having... the screen is not too small for automotive. I will tell you that right now, because the current... Let me go get the current recommended automotive one. Give me a second. This one. So this guy here is the one that is recommended for all the automotive guys. The DS213 from Miniware. Now, I will say the build quality on this thing is leagues above this. But as you can see, the screen is way different. So the screen area, I don't even know if this is still charged. There we go. So you see the screen area is actually quite small in comparison. But this thing has a scope. So definitely it's a scope, it's a function gen. But I'll tell you, it is very hard to use with these knobs. It's not ergonomic at all. What are the specs on this? So this is a 15 megahertz scope. This is a 100 megahertz scope. 100 meg samples per second, 500 meg samples per second. 2 analog and 2 digital channels. This one only has the 2 analog channels, but that's perfectly fine. And 1 signal out. This one has a signal out as well. Any more specs? No specs. So this has been rolling around my toolbox for quite a while now. And yeah, it's nice to have when you need one. And that's the same thing for this. Am I mistaken? There was no carrying case for this. So that is another oversight. This is a tool that is great for mobile, but it doesn't have a case. This one here, you can buy a silicone skin for it. But yeah, the thing I don't like about the Miniware is it uses these tiny little plugs, coax plugs. And so I put these guys in there so that I can use stuff like my current clamps. It sucks that I had to buy accessories for it, but I couldn't use all my oscilloscope toys. Garage in the US, I'll send you by email, and what they use in the channel. Yeah, that's fine. This is the best automotive repair channel if you want like as close to factory specs as possible is South Main Auto. South Main Auto is Eric O there. He is fantastic. I've worked at a Honda dealership for a very long time, and he is as close to knowing the OEM procedures as it gets, aside from people who worked at Honda for a while. He is fantastic in his analytics and also in how he explains what he's doing. I think this would be great for automotive, but it needs a case. You're gonna wreck this thing in no time. But I think what I'll do is I'll make like an away kit. This will have a good spot in an away kit. And yes, welcome PC board repair. It has mounting holes on the back. Yeah, except the problem is I disagree. ITT. The OEM procedure is your guide. You can use your judgment to go differently, but you should always know the OEM procedure. I see so many channels do stuff like brake jobs, which arguably is the simplest job on a vehicle. They do brake jobs wrong. So yeah. And also welcome to the stream, PC board repair. Do you have a channel, PC board, with a name like that? Usually there is. You do indeed have a channel. Welcome, David. Hey, you're a Canadian, right? Or no, you could be British. No, Canadian. Yes. 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 Canadian invasion. Let's do it. Canucks unite. Canucks unite. Yeah, me too, Ontario. I'm not that far from you. You're in, well, you say it publicly. Maybe I don't want to say it, but I'm in Ottawa, Ontario. Curtis, I don't know if he wants to say publicly also, but you need a ferry to get to Curtis's house. I know that much. And then Franco is British. ITT is somewhere in Europe. Johnny Bergdahl is Swedish. He's from the Sweden. Oh yeah, this is not my main channel. I forgot. What do we do now? So we have an hour to burn. You're more talking about fault finding. Look, I've been a professor of automotive technology for like 9 years. So we could have a lengthy discussion on what I think about OEM troubleshooting trees. However, I think you need to know the rules, and once you know the rules, you can bend them to your liking. That is my wholehearted opinion. And I know a lot of channels, they don't seem to know the rules, and it takes them a lot longer to do diagnostics than they should. Just don't say NanoFix. What's NanoFix? Not sure what NanoFix is. Anyways, how do I store these cables so that I find them when the time comes? Here we go. I don't, the thing is, I hear a lot of rhetoric about how the OEMs don't know anything. Hey, Ian. Canadian YouTuber that does electronic repairs. Oh, interesting. Is it a good channel or a bad channel? Because it seemed like there was some negativity attached to your comment there. Ian, I'd love to pick your brain at some point, since it's a subject that you really know a lot about. I would love your opinion. You're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me. I don't know if I want to say it. I want your opinion on. I want to rebuild this. This is my my Kaiweets multimeter gauntlet, and should I stick with the, if I'm rebuilding a precision voltage source, should I stick with the 584LN or should I spend more money and have a better voltage reference? And I'm asking Ian because Ian probably designed one of the best programmable precision voltage devices in the world, like the best, like prosumer. It's like, it's not, you know, it's not a $90,000 ultra laser trimmed whatever, but it's like $650. So I'd love to know Ian's opinion about how to go about this. So I'm fine with the precision resistors. I've got some in stock still, but I would like a really precise voltage source, but I don't know if I want to spend in the mid triple digits for a voltage source. So yeah, opinions from everybody. Because I may or may not, I don't know if I can say yet, I may or may not be coming into a 6.5 digit benchtop multimeter. So we'll see, but I think it's time to put switches on it to change the voltage. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing. I can just modify this one, like make a new circuit board. It is very annoying switching these things. And I took a look on the data sheet for the 584LH. Depends on what you want to use it for. With that cheap re-ref, you won't have super accuracy and super stability. Damn it. Damn it. I don't want to spend so much money. What's the okay? Can I get into decent accuracy and stability for like $250? Does that exist? Is that something that can be done? Like, I guess with the INA 219, INA 238. Why does INA 219 sound super familiar? What's it for? Oh, so this is to test DMMs, like so. Whenever I get a DMM shipped to me, I like to put it through its paces, right? So here is, this is 100K 0.01. See, this one's a little bit off. Especially on the voltage range. INA 219 Arduino module. Is it a current module? Do I have an INA 219? Is it one of these? Sounds so familiar. It's like I've worked with them before. These are Hall. Voltage and current. Oh, okay, yeah. Find a LM339 base reference board similar to what you have. LM399. I don't mind building a PCB. Let me see here. ADR 1399. I always hesitate to put you guys on the screen for AliExpress, but because sometimes sex toys come up. Yeah, DMM accuracy. The thing is, if I get a 6.5 digit multimeter, I'll be able to use that as a transfer standard where I can characterize my my load, my resistors and my voltage reference. ADR 1399. But like, can I trust this from AliExpress? This is nice though. The unit is much nicer. This is like 55 bucks. ADR 13, oh, 100 bucks for the ADR 1399. This is an image. I can't highlight text. 15 volts during calibration. I mean, I am willing to spend this. You want a mini oven. Good for up to 5.5 digit DMMs. All you want to check is VDC accuracy. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. I do have a hot plate. What do I need an oven for? Just to get the same temperature all the time? But aren't precision voltage sources heated? Don't they usually have heaters? Here's a sealed box. .2 ppm per degree C. Buffered outputs. I don't even see how to connect to this. Questionable low TCR resistors. You can easily change them. Yeah, that's true. Because I am so. How do I explain this? I guess the deal is. Yeah, if it operates that for sure. I don't have a test lab here. Right? I don't have a calibrated lab. I don't have anything. However, I think I could do valid testing. I'm looking for a notebook. Any notebook. I think I can do validated testing if I test everything against itself. So I want to build a standard operating procedure, like standard test. So here's what I need. I want a standard test. Oh my God, I can't write. Standard test for DMMs, for scopes, and for function gens. Those are the three things. Oh, and power supplies. So those are the four things I get sent the most: DMMs, scopes, function gens, power supplies. So for DMMs, for scopes, I need a good way. Damn it, Franco. Why do you have to be right all the time? Ugh. My whiteboard. I literally bought a whiteboard for this very purpose. Can't Ian send you something? Yes, he can send me something, but I'd have to pay for it. I don't want him to send me something for free. Lab temperature, humidity. Yeah, it's fairly constant here. It's not always constant, but it's fairly constant. And I'm okay with having a certain level of uncertainty as long as it's like a something I can publish. Because essentially I want to be in a position where all of my devices go through a standardized test, and I want to just publish the listings all online. I just want to publish all online. People can come and make their own decision. I want to like rank things objectively, or at least objectively-ish, you know, using reasonably calibrated things. There is a calibrated lab. There's a calibration lab in Ottawa, and I can send my devices to be calibrated every once in a while. But it's like hellishly expensive. It's really meant for B2B, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. I know. You know what I did, Ian? I went to check how much it would cost me for a PDVS2 Mini, and it it was insane. I mean, it's worth it. I get what it is. I'm not saying it's too expensive. It just might be out of my budget because I do reviews for test gear, essentially. No, I don't. PC board repair. Always wanted to. Is that something you sell? Or is that something that you have like an open source? So I guess the whiteboard is useless if I can't find markers. So it's not very helpful now, is this? The thing is, I was tidying up and I definitely saw the marker and now I don't know where it went. And if I get frustrated, I will then use a Sharpie on it and then I'll have to throw it away. Okay, I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There we go. Made a unit. You can put files on your GitHub if needed. If your meters have GPIB, what's GPIB? You made a unit, you can put files on your GitHub. I'm more interested, like, do you have a video? I'll go check your video. Because I have tons of, like, I can get Claude to knock me up something real fast, but if you have a project, I would much rather build your project as a YouTube video and then try to funnel people over to your channel. That would be my, like, I wouldn't reinvent the wheel. General purpose something bus. Okay. So yeah, I need a standard test for, so let's say like DMM. Okay, I need something for AC volts, DC volts, continuity, resistance in like a couple of ranges. So this will be like plus ranges, resistance plus ranges. So just a couple of ranges. Continuity, and then capacitance, frequency, duty cycle. So these things I can just pop like an Arduino or something on it. And then current. So the thing is, I can always compare current to my UDP 3305S, but that makes my testing kind of a pain in the butt. I would much rather, go like boom, 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 grab all the all the data at once. Because like this is pretty easy. I just go like test, 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 test. This is the hard part, switching, doing the switching on this, but I can, you know, I can desolder this and figure that out. That's not a problem. So that's the DMM power supply. It really should be so it should be like DC volts, you know, plus ranges to test accuracy, DC amps plus ranges to check accuracy, and then there should be like overshoot, you know, stuff like this. Should have a test of like its programming. There's noise, you know, stuff like that. Scopes should have like a test. And this is just this. These are only objective tests, right? So scopes would be like the auto function, you know, let's see, like max bandwidth, then there's sampling rate, and then there is memory depth. Yeah, like you know, like I just need to come up with a basic test suite that every single thing will go through. And like as I'm getting better in electronics, as I'm learning more as I go, right? These tests are becoming more and more apparent. But like stuff like this, I would say the subjective testing is more important than the objective testing, because like as a scope, it functions beyond what a beginner will use, right? It's kind of like a beginner tool. It functions beyond what a beginner will use, but subjectively, like the polish is really off. It really does need some polish. It needs some fit and finish. You know, the menus are a little bit awkward. The touchscreen integration is a little bit weird. You know, they favor the touchscreen over the buttons, but the buttons still take up like a third of the device. This thing is not quite there. And objectively, it's fine. For $150 US, it's fine. But it's nothing special. But objectively, for this, it's not really that. It's not really that important. So if you guys have like opinions on this, email me. Either dan@simpleelectronics.ca or simpleelectronicsyt@gmail.com, because I'm interested to know what you guys think. Which direction should I go with it? Type of thing. Because the plan is to have all of the tools in here. So all of the DMMs I have, all of them, they're all going to go through these standard tests, all the oscilloscopes, all the PSUs. And then there's going to be like sort of like a scoring, like a value score on this big chart. And, you know, we're going to rank them all. And we're probably going to do one video about like demonstrating the new standardized tests, and then where everything lands, like what you should buy for what. Because I think that's the big deal, is every manufacturer claims that they're the best. But it'd be interesting to know who is the, you know, the value winner, who is the accuracy winner, who is the best in the hand. Yeah, I do need good tools, but I'm the biggest tool there is, so I've got that going for me, all right? And I think the thing is, I have scored a new job, and if they renew my contract at the end of my trial period, then I think I'll be able to afford to buy the dream setups that I probably need to make really good content about this. Fluke, this guy? Fluke. So that's the goal, right? I want to put out more info. You know who like is the inspiration for this stuff is LTT Labs, Linus Tech Tips, British Columbia, Canadian company. They are spending 7 figures if you include salaries. Actually, it's probably more than the base 7 figures now. But they're spending 7 figures doing product testing in mass, like bulk product testing, in order to determine which computer parts are most worthwhile and what Linux distros work best and stuff like that. And I would like to do something like that for the community. So that's the operative plan here. This is as much as I can, I will do. And honestly, the other thing, yeah, to set up a shop. Oh yeah, I've got way more stuff here than I need for setting up a shop. And honestly, the other thing is it might encourage manufacturers to want to build something to compete on my scale. And if they want to compete, especially in the value section, then maybe we're going to see, you know, stuff. Maybe if enough reviewers adopt a similar scale, maybe we're going to see products that are going to be. Your links got pulled. Oh, yeah. Email me, please. But here, I can give you a moderator. Add as moderator, standard moderator. There you go. So, yeah, you need to be a mod to send a link. That's just a standard YouTube stuff. So yeah, that's the goal, and I hope to get enough standardized equipment to run all these tests as need be. And yeah, so right now I can tell you what I have, my top equipment. So you can go look up what I have. So I have a UniT UDP 3305S 5S. I have a UniT UT8805 E. So that's my top DMM. That's a 5.5 digit DMM. This is a linear PSU. For a function gen, I don't have a really good one. So I've got the UTG 1042X, UTG 1042X, which is a 40 megahertz SIGGEN, or I have the UTG, what are they called? UTG 962E. 962E, which is a 60 megahertz SIGGEN. This one needs improvement because most of the scopes on the market are 100 megahertz now. Might be good enough, but CDMM check plus. Let's go take a look. So this one needs improvement. I need a better SIGGEN. I am working on this. I'm probably going to set up a CMOS oscillator to get at least a good square wave for high speed testing. But I just ordered a 600 megahertz STM32H7 chip, which should be better. Oh. Hello. That's reasonable. Where is this from? Is this US dollars, first of all? FAC. Oh no, it's American. Damn. Oh shit. Sorry guys. For personal reasons, I am not purchasing anything from the US. So that's a shame. But there's nothing. There's nothing stopping me from making something like this, though. They have a sister site, voltage standard. See, I'd rather build one of these. Yeah, I think I might have to build one. Yeah, it's probably American too. I do, yeah. Look, I don't want to get into it, but I do like made in Canada stuff. I do like making my own stuff. And I have been just a little disappointed in things, so there's nothing personal. But I would really like to not buy American. Sure. I don't know what TC graph means. Sure. Don't need an external supply. Damn. Damn. It seems like a really cool product. We, in my mechanics job, we switched like there is a lot of there are a lot of American automotive parts. Yeah, I don't know either. There are a lot of American automotive parts. We switched to all Chinese-made stuff. We went from ordering like nearly $100,000 in parts every year from the US down to none. I know, like, we're a small company. But it is what it is. This is a cool product. This is really a cool product. I really do like this. Where do I even find precision voltage references? Let's see. It's got to be. Electromechanical embedded solutions. Interesting. I think it'd be in power. Like, where the hell? I guess a semiconductor. Integrated circuits. I know DigiKey, but what category? I don't shop these websites very often because the price to ship them is usually insane. Drivers, equalizers, interface, logic, memory, power management. Hey, Steven. Oh, Steven's another Canadian, by the way. We are invading. They're everywhere. Skullcom projects. 5-volt precision reference. DC voltage calibrator. Let's go with 5-volt precision reference. Upgrade. Plus minus 3 ppm. Voltage references. Okay. So 0.01%. Let's start there. And there's super low ppm We get 2 ppm is the lowest. So you know what? We don't need to click these. Reset this. Okay, let's see what we got. Apply filters. $189. 5-volt output, plus minus 0.08 millivolts. 0.6 ppm per degree C. Low cost, high precision 5-volt reference. $181 for one. Do you have a DigiKey account? $8 overnight shipping, free over. I don't think that applies to Canadians, does it? But if it does, then I'll look into it. Buy from eBay, yeah. Okay, so input capacitor, output noise reduction capacitor, optional fine trim adjustment. Interesting. So this is very simple, although it's hellishly expensive. That's all we got for the 0.001. If I remove this, we double our inaccuracy. Apply the filters. It is a lot of money. So, oh, this one says 0.001. Let's check this one out. Non-stocked. Here, this one's in stock. 1565. 4.096 volts. Ultra low noise, high accuracy voltage references. Ordered 8 pieces, 21 amp hour, 12 volt DC batteries from them. It was free shipping, came UPS next day. That's really cool. LM399. I will in a moment here. Let's so I'm shopping Mouser because I have a $100 gift certificate with them that is like 5 years old. LM399AH. Whoops. LM399AH. Reasonable. 3152. Save some money by getting 10. So 6.95 volt. Okay. Precision voltage reference for multimeters. That's good. Calibration equipment standards. Good. Good. With a buffer. Yeah, gonna need some precision resistors for that. That's fine. Long-term stability. Good. Functional block diagram. H, and then a diode and a Zener diode. Single supply operation. Good. Standard cell replacement. Don't know what that means. Thank you. typical applications. So I need to get an LT101AC. Germany in 2020, and since this time I have a storage. 70 euro per month. Oh my god. That's a lot of money. Cheapest still AliExpress rejects. Surprisingly accurate. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. $687 on AliExpress. So LM399. Like this. I mean, I'm willing to try it. Heading out to a local job site. Alrighty, Locke. We're almost done the stream. I'm gonna end like at 11. It's like a freaking fancy box. Hit price at top first. Yeah, but price doesn't include shipping. So $529, and then you got $754 of shipping, whereas this one will be free shipping. This is a welcome deal anyways. I don't have my regular account here. Is the replacement for the LM399AH same panout, slightly different demo circuits. Don't even understand. Is this a switchable reference? LM399. So here is a coax out. It's not quite what I want. LM399. AD584. So yeah, so the thing is with these inexpensive modules, they're not ergonomic. So I'd like to make my own, but I am not above like desoldering the chips and putting them on my own board. But then, you know, you get thermal shock twice. So it's just decisions I have to make, but I would like a nice standard. Coax doesn't necessarily make sense for like DMM testing. It's not a signal. And you know, I don't mind paying $50. This is like $100. That's a bit much there. But I don't mind paying a little bit more, but I'd have to be like sure that it's going to be good. That's the thing. AliExpress doesn't really have any returns sometimes. Yours was like $5. Yeah, so there are some that are inexpensive, for sure. But I want to buy once, cry once. And it's okay, like I'm willing to spend $250. But Ian Scott Johnston. Constant voltage reference. Sorry, I always forget the name of your voltage reference. PDVS2 mini. So, as much as I'd love one of these, it's 700 Canadian dollars and they're not in stock. Do you have to pay for return shipping though, PC board repair? Look at this beauty though. So this is why I bothered Ian today. Because I know he's the progenitor of this. This is a fantastic tool. Look at that. Beauty. Just a little bit out of my budget. You don't see the attraction? Okay, I do. Look at it. It's a piece of art. I've never made anything this pretty. Looks fantastic. So, yeah. I'll probably end up ordering a voltage reference from AliExpress. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, I'd really like to have something reliable that's just easier to use. Look at this thing. They don't have it open yet, they do. So there's the LT1001 op amp, like they were saying. And then there it is. There's the voltage standard right there. You're more of a vintage guy? Yeah, I'm gonna buy a couple of cheapies, and I'll probably buy some with the thought that I'm going to tear it apart and make my own board at some point. So this, I don't believe this at all. Like this standard sticker, like I feel like they just print a million of these and they put them on every single module they have. Returned your new computer because it was fake. Got 390 back within shipping at UPS. Ordered another, and what it said was I paid $586 for Ryzen 7 7735HS free return shipping. Nice. I'm probably going to end up buying a 9700X to upgrade my system with. So they are this cheap. So $362 instead of literally $110 more. PC board repair, I've seen some of these modules where people have ordered like 3 and it's the exact same sticker. And in fact, often you get these calibration sheets with Chinese tools. Let me see if I can find one. I probably have one kicking around here, like very close by. But the calibration sheet on mine it was just printed. it was like ink, like it was like a pen signature, like handwriting. But when you looked at it close, it had the dots as if it was printed with an inkjet printer. So, yeah. So, I trust those things barely as far as I can throw them, and you know, it is what it is. There must have been a sheet that came with the Finersi. Anyways, yeah, they're like they like test one, and then they print the same sheet for all of them. These are for the leads. Man. Let's see if this one has one. Warranty card. Viewing. No, sometimes they have them written in here. I wish I had an example for you, but yeah, more than once. Do make notes like that. Yeah, I got a cheap computer, mini PC from AliExpress as well. It's this guy. This guy. It's a Ryzen 5. I think it's a 500, yeah, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig NVMe, 7430U, and I paid just under $300 for this. Have a good one, Scott. Thank you for your encouragement. I appreciate your opinions as well. So when I'm going to be in the office, I'm essentially going to be remoting into this with a tablet. So I'll be able to work from my lunch break at home, or like when I show up early or whatever. And yeah, so this will be plugged in here, always on, and I'll be able to do my work. So the DMM check guy also has 5-volt reference. Yes, but US. Need to grab a mini PC for a Linux CNC. Just go buy an old office computer. You don't need you don't need something recent. You can probably find like an 8th gen i5 like HP or Dell Tower or Lenovo Tower for like $60. That's what you're using now. Running for over 1 week now. Your old one bought from AliExpress back 2016 and it died. It was only DC barrel jack. There we go. All right. So anyways, this is the long-term plan. It's always on the back of my mind. For now, I need to edit this thing today. And I also need to get to studying for my new job. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do tomorrow. So maybe I will stream tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for being here. And don't forget to subscribe to the main channel. And have a good day, everyone. Bye.